everybody. Welcome to another session. We keep going and keep going and keep going. You get to see me again, Damien. It's your host, Damien. And with me this time
is Clint.
And we have a special nerd. What do you call yourself? Free agent nerd?
Free agent nerd.
Free agent nerd, Sully. And they're rotating their display to flex on us, I think. I don't know. They're trying to find better stuff. Like, we see you, Clint, and we're going to raise you some stuff there. Yeah, some Sanrio. That's some Hello Kitty.
It. You win.
Oh, wait. We got more coming in. Anyway, our friends over at Chalice Collectibles, Shane and Quincy, joining us to hang out. Be honest, guys, I don't have like an agenda to talk about. I just haven't seen you guys in a while. All of us haven't got to hang out. So I know you guys are super busy, which is great. I like hearing that. But we just wanted to hang out and talk about how things are going for you and talk collectibles and the cons that aren't happening and catch up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I never thought I would have missed the con life like this. I was like,
yeah. I mean, that's all you guys.
It was like that. Con life every month, another con. Then they took it away, and you're like, wow, I miss cons.
Struggle is real.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
How you guys been keeping busy?
Well, luckily for me, I changed jobs and moved to Austin, and so that kept me pretty busy. You know,
Texas,
and with the kids home from school, they don't actually get teaching, so we have to teach our kids too.
How unfortunate.
yeah, we got to be parents.
I don't wish that on anybody.
No, but to be fair on that, it's not that I don't mind doing it. I'm just not as qualified as the teachers are. So, you know, they're getting a subpar education. I can teach them certain things, but I'm not going to be as good at it as the people that are professionals that should be doing it. Anyway, either way, it kept us busy.
They're going to get a degree in collecting and live streaming.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, that's the future, right? Why not?
It is. They're ahead of the curve.
That's right.
Funkos to teach a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff.
Too true.
So how are things going over at Chalice? You guys got a new exclusive hitting, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Cal? Yeah. Oh.
Let's see it.
Oh, I got you. Quincy went to get it. Yeah. We actually just shipped out all of them on Friday. Like, that was brutal. Because we don't get to like have as many people as we want shipping stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because you have to be down because of all the regulations and everything, right? People. Oh.
Yeah.
That hair, Sully.
Yeah, no, look at that hair game. On point. It is a beautiful pop. I saw the images go out earlier. Really nice artwork on that.
Yeah.
Nice little unboxing for you.
Dang, look at all that. Look at all the sharp edges.
Right? I gotta keep my 3-year-old away from that.
Dang, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorites now.
And this is it your 10th exclusive?
No, I don't think I'm that far out.
This is what, 5?
Yeah,
5 or 6?
I believe
Is it 5? Okay.
We got a lot more coming. Oh, yeah.
I still remember Shane doing that first Dorbs, and you were so excited about getting the Dorbs, and you're like, I'm going to get a pop one day. And it felt like 84 years ago, but it was like 8 months ago. And now you have 5 pops. That's amazing, man.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
I think next year is gonna be like really big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're talking positives about coronavirus and it's not a lot, it's giving us time to set up for next year.
Look at you guys finding the silver lining.
And I've heard across the board that online sales for all the retailers that are doing business like you guys is going really, really well. Of course, you're fighting those fights of having people to staff and to ship, but in the meantime, you're building your business up something fierce.
Mm-hmm. Well, it does help that we're like Spartans over here, you know.
Yeah.
So
I moved across the country for a reason.
So like I think I'm like the best shipper in the world. So like, you know, of pop. So
Shane has taken 1 day off since coronavirus started.
I believe that.
1 day.
Wow.
Let's hope your bank account reflects that, sir.
There you go.
Well, it was funny because you know how Warren Buffett always says be fearful when everyone is greedy and be greedy when everyone is fearful. As soon as coronavirus hit and everybody cut their orders, I like 10x my orders.
Smart.
It didn't
Oh, yeah,
paid
that was
off
smart.
because I was just like, yeah, I'm just getting everything that Funko has. Just give me everything. Just give me everything. It did.
That worked out
amazing.
then.
Nobody had anything because I took
Outlast the
everything.
drought.
Took everything.
Outlast the drought.
You snooze, you lose. I think I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
If
think
not, it should be a thing.
so. Yeah, that's a pretty smart move, and so I guess then by taking advantage of that, because there was an original, like, people just didn't know how things were going to go, and so some people got really conservative before they needed to be
Mm-hmm.
because they just didn't
Way too
know.
early.
So they just cut everything. Like, oh, the whole thing's going to go to shit. So we're not going to order. We're not going to spend money. We're going to get, they're going to lower all their costs. And then reality, like, well, my company did it too. We didn't like cut people, but we're cutting projects. We're not investing in all these things that we were going to invest in because we don't know how it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then it proved out that we were okay. And so that's kind of the story you have. Like, you just doubled down. It's like, well, what's going to happen? People are still going to want pops.
Well, we still lost a few mall stores and a few other
shows and France
Yeah.
and like other stuff.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
just,
Yeah.
Well, that's hard because you don't physical locations. People can't go to them.
Yeah. So we lose that business, but online went up, and
Yeah. Online more than made up for everything.
there's a
pretty
genius
much.
behind chalice marketing, so that helps.
Yeah.
Kudos. That's amazing.
I'm glad to hear that, man.
I've been preaching ordering online and pre-ordering for years, and nobody was listening. Now, who's the smart one?
Well, one of our partners keeps saying that we need to hire Sully. Like,
So you
putting it
looking
out
for
there.
a job?
I'm just putting it out
You
there.
looking for a job, son?
He's a free agent nerd, man.
Free agent nerd, highest bidder, right here.
I'll tell you right now. I'm just doing the numbers, just doing the math. If you watch his stream, he's got a lot of collectors watching.
We almost hit 500 at one time live 2 days ago.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of collectors watching, and
Wait. 500 or 5,000?
Well, 5,000 was on the Funko channel, but on my personal
Right.
channel, we hit almost 500
Yeah.
at one point, which blew my
Gotcha.
mind. I never
Well, there
thought
you
we'd
go.
hit that.
Hey, every one of those people are important.
To me, they absolutely are. Well, we'll talk offline. You guys can go ahead and start writing some numbers on a napkin, and we'll make things happen.
I'm just saying, there's that space right behind his head that might be for sale somewhere. Like
I'll put
NAS
placeholder emblems on
like
the
that. So,
wall.
You know what's funny? If coronavirus wasn't happening, we'd probably all be together right now.
oh yeah,
We would.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're
Yeah.
in San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd all be together right now.
Quincy be trying to catch me not smiling again.
It'd
And
be
by
years.
again, I mean hadn't happened yet.
Yeah. What's it, 3-4 years of smiling, Sully?
At least. Yep. I was at Funko for 3.5, so this would have been the fourth SDCC.
This guy.
Oh, yeah.
Positive Sully.
Hey, man.
I remember
Definitely.
the first year you came on board. I was there 1 year before you.
Uh-huh. I was probably in line with you that year. I was in line since 2012. I've been going to the
Oh,
booth
wow.
no,
at
Shane's
SDCC,
not in
so we
lines.
probably weren't far from one another many times over. What, Damien?
Shane's not in the lines. No, he wasn't in the line.
He was ahead of the curve there for a
He was
while.
ahead of the curve. You gotta. Well, you definitely probably talked to Quincy outside the line.
Yep.
Right.
The new wave of collectors.
Yeah.
It's different.
Like-
Totally.
Do you look down on them, or is it like welcome with all love like it was a few years ago?
No,
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely
it's
a
welcome.
welcome.
Until you can filter out and figure out what they're all about. I mean, if they're going to come in and they're going to be a true collector and they're going to help out other fanatics and live Nerds Unite, then God bless them. Let's embrace them. But if they're going to come in and they're going to be more worried about value and flipping stuff on eBay, then they're probably not going to be around for too long. They're sure not going to be part of the family.
That makes sense.
True that.
This new market, that's what everyone's looking for. Is just the value game. Shane stuck to the volume game.
Yeah.
And that worked out. But majority of people go value. And
Yeah.
that makes it complicated for regular people like me.
It does, but at the same time, in a way, it helps the company continue to be highlighted and featured and keeps the momentum going. Of course, I would like to see the real collectors being able to fill their collections first. And we may get there one day. I mean, I fully believe, I know a lot of people don't, but I get to talk to people still, and I fully believe that Funko is 100% behind making that happen, and they're trying. But it's you've got a world full of people like a tidal wave fighting against them, trying to make a buck, and it ain't easy.
You think so? I can't see it.
They are.
Unless you're gonna like do something where like, I guess in the what's it called, in where you write the message boards, right? Unless you're gonna give people from the message boards a link to where they can go and buy it. Like I don't, because the resellers are advanced in buying product.
Yeah.
So the regular consumer cannot compete with the reseller.
Funko people know Funko. Resellers know reselling. So
exactly.
All types of tactics.
Yeah, like from
and tools.
To like,
yeah.
Even the way how they type out, having a credit card saved, Apple Pay, everything. They're like advanced level.
It's a business for them.
Not advanced level.
I've said this before. I can't remember the context or where the discussion was, but if you think about the number of companies in the world that have the same issues, there are very few. You got like Nike, you got Mondo, maybe like there's a handful of other companies and Funko, and that's it, that are having to fight these. Everybody jumps on at one time and tries to buy, there's a million transactions in 10 seconds. The rest of the world doesn't operate that way. Stuff's spaced out over time. So how many companies are creating software solutions for that market? It's not really a market for software solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking when you find a solution, somebody's gonna find the answer to that solution.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Right.
I believe it's Nike. I believe Nike will figure it out, and then hopefully they'll make that available to other companies like Funko.
What about like Ticketmaster or the concert tickets? I mean,
Ticketmaster's the devil.
I guess I agree, but I'm just saying, like, they're another company that probably has to combat that, and they've been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah, I think it has to be random, right? Doesn't it have like if you're gonna go, you have to go randomly, like nobody has a set chance, not first come first serve, it's just lottery. But then lottery doesn't really get it to the fans. Like I've never once won a New York Comic Con to go to the Funko booth, not once.
Wow! In what 3 years of lotteries?
Me either.
Yeah,
you would have won this year, Damien.
Well, this was my year, of course. I probably they could email me to let me know, like, hey, FYI, you were gonna win, but we're not having the con. So
I also never won a ticket to Fundays. Like it never happened, and I think that I'm pretty good.
But somehow he's at Fundays every year complaining about never winning a ticket.
Standing on the other side of that security strip.
Like the Fundays is Fundays, but he hasn't personally won his own ticket, so he's like, come on.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
Well, it's true about the random drops. I mean, somebody's writing in the chat there that lotteries, but if you do lotteries, I was talking to somebody the other day. They said, "Oh, I have a lottery bot. I'll enter 30,000 times."
Yeah.
Oh God, really?
Yeah. Forum. You have to force the collectors to be fans. You can't just if the forum got a secret link, no one in the forum would like send that out because that's for family.
Right.
I don't.
I like to think so.
You still have to have like a link. Everybody has a personal link, so like
per user.
Yeah, per user. So it's like you get to buy one set. 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 Kind of like how you do with Fundays. Like it's like
so like a lottery just for the forum.
What about a password? That's the one thing that pops in my head. What do you guys think about that?
Like a unique one?
Passwords get out.
Yeah.
But by the time it got out, I'm thinking of like Fundays. That's all password protected. I think as long as you start it appropriately and then it's gonna get out like a link would. I think the links even get out. But at the same time, at least it would start correctly, and then later on, others, retailers, whoever would get it later. You know what I mean? Resellers, excuse me.
But that's why
you just gotta buy that window.
Because
right.
If I think that I'm pretty good at like checking out, right, and it'd be at least like 20 of us trying to get Fundays tickets, right, and 1 out of the 20 get it, but we're all fans. Then it's like, how many other fans didn't get it? But I do know my reseller. I don't want to say friends, but I know the reseller people.
Resellers.
They're like, oh, we got 2, we got 4, we got 6, and you're like,
I'm not calling names, but I remember last San Diego Comic Con, a certain reseller said he hit 15 Funday tickets. And I said, how is that even possible?
Right.
I know where I got my Fundays ticket last year. I was in a truck driving to Phoenix Comic-Con in the middle of the desert, and somebody said, yo, it's up. And I just happened to already be on Eventbrite, and I won my 2 tickets.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then he drove into a ditch and lost a whole delivery of it.
Which was kind of funny because, like, out of our whole group, you was the only one that won it.
Me and Peter, because we were together in the desert.
And we were all together, like, by a computer, and we all failed.
He was closer to the servers that were in Arizona.
It matters on that when there's that many going that quick, yeah.
Well, you think about Fundays, though. I mean, think about the funnel of fans. There's got to be, at least 5,000 diehard fans. There's probably more. But people that would be sitting on their computers selling tickets to that room. That's X number of people. And no matter what, one in 6 might get one. And then you've got all the other people that are trying because they think they're going to get tickets and do something with them, you know?
Right.
Yeah, my first Fundays I got on the website. And then every Fundays after that, I got through the forums. So through being a fan and having the post and then entering that. But even that has gotten so big that that's a lottery now too, essentially.
Right.
It used to be like anybody who entered and had more than X number of posts qualified and you got a ticket. But now even like the booth tickets for preview nights and the Fundays that they used to give out in San Diego, it's a lottery. And so it's random, even that because that population's gotten so big.
Yep.
That then it's still a chance.
The fandom keeps growing, and even though the booth size kept growing, you can still only get X number of people through, and you can only make X amount of product before it becomes something everybody can get. So there's a balance there, and having watched it grow up over the years, like I was 2012 first SDCC, we just walked in the booth. Like, it was in the middle of the floor. It was the size of a standard booth. You could come in on 4 sides. There was product on the shelf. I had time to pick it up and look at it and debate whether I wanted it. And like a fool, passed up on a lot of stuff. And then the next 2 years, you waited in line. After waiting in line overnight, you waited in line and you went in the booth and you filled your own bag. Like, that still blows my mind that we ever got to touch the shelves as a fan and put stuff in the bags. I wish I had video of it. It would blow people's mind if I had a video.
I've seen some of that footage from some people have video of that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Fast forward to a double-decker booth.
Oh,
yeah.
I think they had it on Netflix when in the early stages, right? When you would just go up to the booth.
Yeah.
They might have shown a little bit of that in there, yeah. And Making Fun.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's insane. Seeing those, seeing Dave Goldsmith over the years. Like, he's the perfect gauge. If you can tell if Dave has glasses or what color his hair is, you can tell what year it is. And I love that guy to death. I think he looks better now with the gray hair.
That's what I told him.
Gray hair.
I ran into him at Designer Con and I walked up to him. I was like, I just want to let you know I watched the Making Fun story and you're one of the very few people that got better looking as you aged.
Yep.
You were kind of, dorky back then, I was just being honest with him.
He grew into it.
And he's like, that's right. He just matured at a later age. His awkward stage lasted longer than others. But yeah, you're right. And he's like super cool. But he's funny about, the flipper thing. He always tells me, he's like, man, I hear it all the time. I'm waiting in line because he runs the booth, San Diego, New York, right? He does the line work. He's like, man, I hear everything from people outside. Like, oh, that's just a flipper getting. Everybody's judging what everybody gets. He goes, man, if you're collecting, you're flipping. That's what he says all the time. Yeah. And what he means by that, he doesn't mean that you're buying it just to go sell it. He's like, but I got stuff from 10, 20 years ago. I'm not giving it to you for $10.
Yeah.
I'm trading you. I'm trying to get other toys. Like, I buy other toys. He's like, because he's talking about how he buys all these old other lines that are like ridiculous. But it's just funny how I think the longer you've been collecting, the less the flipper thing's a narrative.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, unless you're marketing for Funko, in which that's all you get told all the time, every day on Twitter. Yeah.
Right.
But for the rest of us that have been collecting for years and you're buying things and you're trading things and you're selling some things eventually, it's like if you get caught up in that, it just makes you miserable. And then what's the point?
Right.
Yeah, well, those are the people that say, that's it, I've had it, I'm selling my collection.
Yeah, then they went to Tiny Ghost. And then that got hard. And then they went to Chomp, and that got hard. And then they're looking for something new.
Meanwhile, we're all collecting all of that.
We're just collecting them all.
Yep. No, they just don't get it. They don't get the family part of it, and they'll never understand how collectors help each other out, and how somebody will, like Dave has handed me a pop that's worth $400 and go, "You got this on your collection?" No, I don't have it. I always want it. Here you go, take it.
Yeah.
What?
You talking about Dave Zilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my.
I'll be like, why? He'll be like, no, don't worry about it. You'll take care of me one day. You'll end up having something in your collection that I want. And you'll take care of me. You'll take care of another collector, and it's part of the family. He lives it, man.
That's funny. Display Geeks on here. He goes, "That's when I come to buy collections." That's Shane too. Shane's like, "Oh, you want to quit, huh? All right, I'll buy it all. I'll give you 40 cents on a dollar." How mad are you? 30 cents on a dollar? 30.
There's a gauge.
If
Show me on the scale.
Like that, hit up info and shouts.
Yeah. Well, I know I've had people like at our local group, like they sell something. I send the link to Shane. Shane, this guy wants to sell everything. He's mad. And then we'll go through and pick shoes.
Shane breaks out the napkin, writes a number. Here you go, bud. What do you think about
that? Yeah, it's
that?
like, I'll do the whole thing, even all your garbage, but it's going to be at this price, you know?
Nice.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, it's a shame, but it's a part of collecting, and it's going to be a part no matter what you collect, whether it's, because I was talking yesterday with a few of the Funko employees and ex-Funko employees that are all, as soon as we get together, they're busting out their apps, and they're talking about Nike, and they're showing off their shoes. They're all diehard, shoe collectors.
Sneakerheads. Yeah.
Sneakerheads, exactly. And they're like, you guys don't even know, like the sneaker game is totally different and is way more cutthroat than any of the stuff you guys are going through right now. And they've been living that life for years. So for them, the Funko stuff is like, that's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy. I mean, it's easy to them. And then the funny thing in the culture in the sneaker community is nobody gets mad at it. It's just part of business.
Exactly.
No.
Well, they get mad. Oh, fine.
Do they?
People get mad.
But not as like...
They get over it more quickly, too. I feel like. Yeah.
On to the next one. There's another drop next Tuesday that I'm hoping to get the Gotham image to put up.
Right,
that's what I grew up in, so it's like it's always going to be second nature to me.
Yeah.
We grew up in that sneaker craze, and
it was New York, so it was more aggressive to begin with.
Oh.
There was people trying to cut the line to get on the bus, the train.
That's a word for it. It's a different breed of people there for sure.
Yeah.
And what they think is acceptable in conversation and behavior, it blows my mind sometimes. Being a guy from the South who, holds doors for everyone and tries to be nice, like people will come at me and I think they're coming at me hot. And I'll be like, whoa, hey, what's going on? They're like, what do you mean? Like, that's just everyday language to me. I'm like,
well,
okay.
Calm down, buddy. Calm down. I am calm.
I'm calm as ever.
You don't want to see me not calm.
Right.
I learned over the years exactly what that meant. So by the last couple NYCCs, I'm like, oh, this is old hat. Now I get it.
So what's more fun for you, San Diego or New York? They're both
always San Diego.
Really?
Always San Diego. Yeah. To me, well, if you're talking about the overall con experience, and I've said this like a million times, and I don't think my opinion will ever change. San Diego Comic-Con is this, and New York Comic-Con is this. And then what I mean by that is you've got the convention center at New York Comic-Con, and when that's over, there's a handful of events that go on around, but very, very few. The day's over, the con's over, there's nothing going on outside.
Well, you go 2 blocks from Javits Center, and you're in New York City, and because you can't impact New York City.
Yeah,
they're not going to change for you. San Diego, the whole thing's changed.
Convention center, gas lamp, every restaurant, every hotel. It's going on while the con's going on. It's going on at night. It's going on all night. It's just, to me, it's its own world, and I miss it this year. I miss all of that. I miss being sleep deprived and missing out on stuff and hungry and hungover. I miss all of it.
Well, I'm sleep deprived and I missed out on everything, so I'm feeling part of it at least 2/3.
And I'm also hungover.
Man,
I think what I miss most is Fundays, though. Like I think so.
The feel of that room, man. Anybody who's never been there can't understand it. You try to explain it to them, and they're like, "Oh no, I've been to sporting events and concerts." No, you hadn't been to Fundays.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
I want you guys to know I still haven't washed my right hand. I'm giving Mark Hamill a high five. When he gave me a high five last year, I still haven't washed my hands. So
thank God you got to finish that statement.
Yes, I was like, I gotta go through this.
It's coronavirus. You have to wash your hands.
No, I got the force with me on this one. I don't need to wash my hands.
You're gonna have something on there.
Right. It might be forced on there, but anyway.
What I miss most about San Diego is having something everybody else in the building wants but can't get. That's my. I feel like royalty in San Diego.
Yep.
I walk through the building. You guys know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my experiences over. I'm sorry to take over the conversation. You guys tell me to shut up.
No, please. It's great.
My experience over the
Didn't I'm kidding.
My experiences over the years have been so vastly different. Like going in 2012 as a fan for the first time and not knowing anything about what it was all about, and just being like, it felt like going to Vegas for the first time, where just like it's this huge, overwhelming thing. And then learning slowly how everything worked and asking questions and talking to other people. And then 2 years later, I'm press for a couple years, and I'm in the pit at Hall H watching Marvel and Taika Waititi and all these people on stage, and like just being blown away by that. And then working the Funko booth, and doing a live panel at the con. Like, I mean, over 8 years, what a difference. Like I sat in Hall H and went, man, one day I would do whatever it takes to be on that stage. And I still haven't done it, but I'm gonna. One day I'm gonna be on that stage in Hall H, and that I will cry, I will bawl when I'm up there. I promise you right now, because I almost did it last year for the Funko panel, for the Funcast panel. I was holding back some tears. That meant a lot to me.
I'm happy you stayed a fan through your entire journey. You know, some people get a little bit of power and they automatically change. You're still a fan.
Always, man. Yeah, people were asking me like, "Are you getting rid of your collection? Are you still going to collect?" I'm like, I bought stuff today. What is your problem? I was at HQ the other day and I bought at least $60 worth of stuff, and people were looking at me like, "Well, that's weird." No, it's not. I'm the same dude I was 4 years ago. I just was on a different side of it for a minute.
Yeah, who knows what the future is going to be? You know,
exactly.
Who knows? I mean, the same way. I mean, we recorded a podcast last night. We were critical of the launch and the shipping errors and stuff like that, which I think the way I explained it is like, I love my family. I always love my family, but I don't like them all the time. And that's how I put it, right? And that's how I was explaining the issue. I'm like, I'm going to be critical, but I'm critical and honest about family. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I'm not stopping collecting. I bought things today. You throw a Skeletor out there, you're damn right. I got it. And
Mo2.
Yeah, Mo2 or DC, and today, let's just say eBay got me for a chunk today on a certain proto for charity.
Right.
But it's for charity. So,
okay.
I feel good about it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. So,
what is he talking about?
I'll let him tell that story.
Let me put it like this. Go on that eBay auction. Go scroll through there. You'll find it. You'll know exactly what.
You'll know exactly what Damien got and didn't get. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Pro tip: it's not the Yogi the Bear soda.
And it wasn't Cthulhu either. It wasn't the 10-inch Cthulhu.
No. I decided that's a little too much.
Anybody see the final bid on that one?
The Cthulhu?
I didn't. No.
God. I haven't looked since like the second day. Insane money on those.
Were you guys watching those, Shane? Like any of those auctions?
There was no anime, so I wasn't really in tune. And Avengers, that's my style.
When I saw the bids, I was joking with Robbie. Yeah. When I was joking with Robbie about it, I said, I was like, what we need to do is start taking pictures of our pops and make it look very similar to the backgrounds on the Funko one and start posting them right now because people are bidding money. like
the one thing I was interested in buying was the 2021 Fundays, but then it got crazy.
Oh, it got silly.
Oh, it got crazy fast.
And I was like, oh, wait a second. Let me just...
Yeah, we were debating that on one of my streams beforehand, and people are like, how much you think it'll go for? I was like, minimum $2,000. Like, that's starting bid. I have no idea where it ended up.
I stopped watching at like $4,000.
Yeah, I believe it. So there's some deep pockets out there, and we don't all necessarily know who those deep pockets are. They can bid anonymously and get that stuff, and to guarantee 2 seats and not have to worry about it next year when the tickets go up on sale or meeting a minimum number of posts on the board or any of that kind of stuff. To them, that's like, hey, that's a no-brainer. I'll do it.
But $5,000.
If I won the lottery, I wouldn't bat an eye at $5,000 for 2 tickets to Fundays.
Yeah, you have more time than money, or more money than time.
Mm-hmm. I have not won the lottery, and therefore I will not be dropping $5,000 on 2 tickets to Fundays.
Yeah, I did like the art lesson by Butcher. That was interesting.
Mm.
I would have bid on that, but I quickly realized that 1 hour with him wouldn't have gotten me any better. So
you just spend the whole hour doing an interview.
Pretty much. I'm like, hey, can I just record this for the podcast? That's all I want to hear. Can I? But then I read the fine print and it said this cannot be used for any other purpose and one-on-one in private. I'm like, well, shit. No, I'm out. Because I'm gonna need like 50 of these hours to get any better.
Right. By the way, Cthulhu final price was $16,900
Jesus, for the 10-inch, right?
Yeah,
for the 10-inch. Yep.
Wow.
10-inch.
I mean, what would your response have been if you said no? It was the 4-inch. Like,
well, that would have been ridiculous.
oh, that never mind. That's $900 over what I would have bid.
Right.
But you're right.
I have a limit.
They didn't have any anime protos there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame to say.
They had some soda ones.
Looks like all the Fundays tickets went for over 5G.
Is it a pair at least?
It's a pair, right?
Yeah, it's a pair. It's at least
It's
two.
a pair.
Oh, so divide it in half. That's $2,500.
Again, $2,400 would have been your limit for a single ticket, so it works out just right.
That's my
Front of the line
I
went
think
for
I think
three.
I think I would
Go on.
did that. I think I might
Go
have
ahead.
paid $2,500 per ticket if it was like the year of. I can't pay $2,500 for a ticket next year. Like.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, time value of money right there. You're missing out on that interest. Can I put that on an escrow account until then?
Right.
Well, that is it going to happen? Like, is it real?
Somebody in line next year to sell you a ticket for $2,500.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least you would know that if you won your ticket or not. Like, because now you're bidding on this. Like, oh, I did not win my ticket. Now I would like a ticket.
That's different.
Somebody in that line is gonna sell you a ticket for $2,500.
No, but you still have a chance of winning the ticket. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I'm buying a ticket, but then what if I win a ticket for $100? I just won a ticket a year.
At least we know the starting price for tickets next year.
Right.
It's been established.
It's been
It's in the
established.
Funko app.
Everybody, just so you know.
Oh, jeez.
I can only imagine what that's gonna look like next year.
Third-party tickets, evidence, $2,500 a piece. So you better win.
I mean,
Right.
what if, and I'm basing this on nothing but what I see on the news on television, but what if this kind of time next year we still don't have a cure or something that's putting COVID at bay, but they want to do the con and the restrictions on how many people you can have in one place, and that room now only has 250 people.
Well, then
Those tickets would seem real valuable.
I don't know how that works for Comic-Con. People are going to be sneaking in.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
They can't. Yeah,
There's no way. I saw a chart of activities that you can do and then how likely you are to contract COVID. And the absolute worst things you could do were go to a concert or a bar.
Yeah.
And I think going to Comic-Con would probably be above both of them.
Well, it's like both of them because you're doing all of it.
It's a concert in a bar.
Right, exactly.
With where no one has showered in 3 days.
It's a concert in a bar in the bathroom.
In the back, concert in the bar in the bathroom. There you go. That's the way to put it.
They just have like sanitizing stations that you walk through and you just get like Purell from head to toe.
Instead of like a metal detector, it's
Yeah.
just Purell. It's like, yeah.
Everyone must wear a bathing suit.
All you do is smell like sanitation. Either that or it's like Three Stooges syndrome where everything tries to go through the door at the same time so nobody can get sick because every virus is battling every other virus to get to you.
It would create some new strain.
Funko hazmat suits.
Oh, there you go.
Make
They sell, but that's like flippers would buy them so people going to Fundays wouldn't be able to use them.
There you go. If the tickets are $25,
You're like, hey,
I think the hazmat suit is.
The hazmat suit
Comes
was
with it. Okay. All right. Comes with it. All right.
hazmat suit was $20 online. We got them all. We're gonna sell them to you for $500. But
Oh, God.
hey, what's your health worth to you?
That's business.
Business.
I've been
Better
stocking
get
up on
Amazon.
black garbage bags. I'll make my own. Thank you.
Speaking of COVID, the good question is, how is San Diego going to look post-COVID?
Yeah.
I
How's
agree.
New York
You
gonna
talking
look?
about
Yeah.
the vaccine, or if people just pretend like it went away?
I think even with the vaccine, it's not going to look the same.
I don't think so
They
either.
can't. You're
No,
absolutely
I
right.
mean, I saw a number the other day. I can't remember how many millions of dollars that San Diego Comic-Con brings into the city every year, but I guarantee there's probably going to be like a 30 or 4% failure rate in restaurants around the area because they counted on this week
Oh, yeah.
to make
Right.
those ends meet. And then all those people, the service industry who count on tips, who aren't making anything right now, they're going to have to leave and go elsewhere and find other jobs. And yeah, next year it's going to look very sparse, I think.
Shane
Yeah,
and
I
I
think
were
you're right.
speaking to somebody involved with San Diego last year. I think it was WonderCon or LA Comic Con we were at.
Mhm.
And he was telling us that San Diego Comic Con generates more money than all the sports teams in San Diego put together.
Yeah. I mean,
believe that.
they honored that, or they approved that whenever they decided to do the expansion on the convention center instead of building the stadium for the Chargers, and that's why the Chargers left town. It was one or the other. And when the city of San Diego said we're doing the convention center, the Chargers gave them the finger and left.
As a Broncos fan, I'm okay with that.
So there is a question. I think we all know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway just so we can talk about it. Here's a question. This is from Chad. Is NYCC happening?
Nope.
No.
Not a prayer.
Nah.
There you
I'm
go, Chad.
virtually.
Good question.
Yeah, probably virtually.
You can go buy some
Be
stuff
virtually.
online, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The very
Jacob David's like a hospital now.
There was.
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
hospital.
Or, yeah. The earliest con I could see happening with everything earliest possible, San Diego next year, exactly.
Really? You don't even think Emerald City, huh?
I don't think Emerald City is going to happen in February or March. It's going to be delayed again, like it was tried to this last year. It's just there's too many things going on, and I mean I don't want it to be. I want to be wrong. I want it to be much sooner, but
Sure.
it just with things going on, I don't see it happening before then. I just don't.
Right, we're going to enter flu season again, right?
Right. Well, I mean, and who
They'll
knows what?
combine.
But the way
Yeah.
2020 is happening, we'll get a third virus. Knock on wood, that's not the case.
Whoa,
But
buddy.
boy.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. I mean, or we'll get murder cats or something. It's been so insane.
How about we get better?
I hope the second half of 2020 is yes, all that. But I'm just saying, history has not been kind the first half.
Well,
of the year.
somebody Misty says last year SDCC brought in 150 million.
That's the number I heard. Yep, that's right.
That's
I 100% believe it.
That's a
I mean,
lot.
not only is
Probably just
there-
revenue.
Not only is the expansion going on in the convention center, but other hotels were being built.
Mhm.
I mean, that city thrives because of that 1 week.
It's
I've always
their
said
Black Friday, right? It's their Black Friday.
yeah.
that weekend, yeah.
for a week.
Yeah.
I've always said I think they should make the con longer, like a couple weekends, with stuff in the middle,
I might
so that
die.
you could come for one or the other. I mean, honestly, because
one
it
or
would
the-
continue.
One
Well,
or the
like,
other is
also,
the choice.
That would kill
South by
veterans.
Southwest does like the music separate from the film and the tech. They have 2 weekends
That's
or
true.
3
They
weekends.
do have
even.
2 weeks, yeah.
So
do.
they break it up that way. I don't know what that would look like in a con world, but if
That
there's a
would
way
kill
to do it,
veterans.
San Diego will figure it out.
Quincy would die. He'd be dead. There you
No,
go.
Yeah.
it's not about individual vendors would die. I used to work that scene, so the summer's like booked up from the start of June till after Labor Day is non-stop conventions. It was
Yep.
literally like July 4th, we're either in Miami, Wisconsin, or LA for Expo.
Mhm.
We did all three, just where one person went. Then the next week was usually San Diego, so the LA team would just drive down to San Diego, I fly in. The next week was like Ohio or Tulsa, something like that. And it just, so if you broke it up in the weekend and told the vendors to just continuously keep coming back, it's not even worth it.
I don't know. You
Oh.
think about San Diego says we're going to do 2 weekends.
You would cut out Ohio.
No other con
Right.
are going to have it the same weekend. They would
sorry,
have to
sorry, Toledo.
That's an interesting idea.
San Diego for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You just swap
I
teams.
think it'll happen. I think San Diego, because if you look at the companies, like look at Reed Pop with Emerald City and New York and whatever else they do,
Star
they
Wars
purposely
Celebration.
spread those out
Yeah.
to the other 2 parts of the year because San Diego's right in the middle. And San Diego owns theirs and they own WonderCon. Well, that business is only as big as it's going to get right now until the expansion of the convention center. What if they went to 2 weekends? Or what if they had a summer SDCC and a fall SDCC?
Now, I like that.
Yeah.
Or a
like
spring, right? Summer,
Yeah.
Just throw
late
it on New
summer.
Year's. You just throw it on New Year's. Middle of the winter. It's
Oh
not
my
that cold
God.
anyway.
In
What a
January.
party San Diego would be.
January.
God.
Sully, can you imagine having a Fundays for New Year's Eve?
Oh my God.
At least the theme would be easy.
I don't think. Well, I want to say Somali. I don't think nobody
Oh.
at Funko wants those kind of problems. Like they want to be at home for New Year's. Isn't that when Funko takes that little 2 week break? Like
Yeah, typically they get a 1 week break, and that would mean
Perfect
losing
time
the
to
break.
prep for the show.
Oh man, Quincy, that's harsh. But probably
taking
at
the day off.
your day off is at San Diego prepping for the.
No, real shit. Shows on vacation compared to here.
that used to be my vacation. Really, like that was the only vacation I took. Even
Yeah.
like
Right.
vacation, San Diego Comic Con. That's work. Yeah, that's my vacation though.
Mhm.
Right.
He'd stay in New York for one extra day to see family and be like, yeah, I visited New York.
Yep. I mean, all those years in San Diego, I think I've maybe gone. The furthest I've gone from the convention center is about 5 or 10 minutes in a car, and that was still con related. I've never seen the freaking city.
Right.
And 8 years ago in there, I've seen the convention center, gas lamp, and a handful of other places. That's it.
It's a nice airport.
Stone Brewery.
And the library. You've seen the library.
I saw the library. Yep.
And the airport. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Quincy, what's your favorite con?
I've been to a lot, man.
I know.
Right.
Jesus.
Jesus
Honestly,
Con?
probably Dragon Con.
Really?
Oh, in Atlanta?
Probably.
No, it's in Atlanta. Yeah.
I've never done that one. Always wanted to.
It's no real exclusives, so the collectors aren't like on you.
Right.
So it's just a bunch of nerds in the sci-fi, every genre, multimedia. They're horror, sci-fi, everything, and it's like Sully said about San Diego, it's spread out around the whole city.
Mm-hmm.
The con takes place in multiple hotels right downtown, so all the bars and restaurants play along. There's a big parade. They shut down the biggest street in the city for it. There's bars everywhere throughout the convention, so it's just a big party.
So
I've always heard it's a campus, not a convention center.
So Ben,
Yeah.
Ben said it's called Orgy Con.
Oh, well,
And you guys just laughed.
making notes.
So,
I
I don't know.
I will say that, but
You never heard that?
If I get laid at a con, it'd probably be Dragon Con.
A lot of people are booking airfare for next year right now.
There you go, Manny.
Hey, Sully, if you ever decide to go, I still got 2 tickets for you, 2 badges for you.
I believe it, and I might take you up on that next year. I hope we get back to those because I've always wanted to try that con. Not for the reason you just said. I'm a married man, but you know.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. I was reading
I
the
didn't
chat.
say that. That was Ben in the chat. That wasn't me.
I'm engaging with the chat here.
Yeah, we're going that way.
Well, first Christina says hi, Quincy and Shane,
Hey,
but then
hey.
she says, does Dragon Con get a lot of actors for autographs?
I thought she was going to say action.
I thought so too. I was like, man, Christina, go.
We just went over this.
Damien gets out and runs out of the room. You hear him screaming in the background. Why?
Every year it's different. Some years they do, some years they don't. It's always weird.
I know it's a big, there's a lot of tabletop game there. There's a lot of
Nice.
cosplays real big at Dragon Con.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
all
heard
over
that.
the city is cosplay.
Yeah, okay.
It's just one big party.
And what time of year is it? Or what month usually?
Labor Day. First
Okay.
Labor Day in September.
Oh.
So the weather's probably fairly nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost him. So,
They rage quit.
That's right. I just realized my brother and his wife have been to Dragon Con, and they said it was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, they had multiple cosplays. They put all this time into it. It was cool to see what they did. So I'm with you. I'd like to check it out. I don't know if I want to go to Georgia anytime soon, but
That's a
Dragon
good
Con would be
city.
sweet.
I've been to Atlanta a couple of times. My brother used to live there and toured the Coke facility. You can do the big tour and at the end sample all the different drinks from around the world. It's a lot of fun.
I bet it is. I'm just saying because of their numbers right now aren't.
Oh
great.
yeah, for sure.
They're hurting more than other people, but wow, I don't think you intended for this to be about conventions when you did it, Damien.
I had no intentions. Don't worry about it.
So those are the best conversations sometimes.
I just
Right.
honestly, I got this together because I missed seeing these guys, and
Yeah.
we didn't get to go to a con together the whole year. I didn't get to see, hang out. Usually starts off in Emerald City where I see Shane and Quincy. That's where I met those guys. Was in Seattle, and so I got to see them every year at every con, and hang out with them in Salt Lake even when they come there, and so I just missed hanging out with them and everything. I just wanted to hang out, shoot the shit, and talk about cons and what's going on. That's all.
Yep. I miss seeing those guys too. San Diego, Quincy always coming around harassing me. I miss it.
Or New York.
Hey,
I look forward to seeing you guys in person soon. That's all I'll say
Yeah.
about it.
when is it? When are all you guys coming to LA? Because there's no convention until, let's say, April.
I'm still trying to figure out when I'm leaving my house. Nevertheless,
Same.
I'm in LA, so.
I literally live across the street from my warehouse, so I'm in my little bubble.
Right. And
Yeah,
that's
the
great.
the farthest I go since I moved here to Austin is I'm 5 minutes from our campus, so I can go in and use the office. But I don't have to. But I have 5 kids here, so I go there sometimes just to get quiet.
Daddy
just,
has to go to the
office.
office.
Yeah, I got to go to the office and just have like quiet focus time on work. But because when I'm here, I mean, they're pretty good. I get left alone pretty good. It's really Christina that has to deal with the brunt of it.
I was gonna say, I could just see her like grabbing you by the ankle as you pull yourself out of the door, screaming, "No,
don't go!
Please, for the love of God, let me go to the office."
Yeah, so she'd love that.
You wanted your 5. Work.
What's that?
You wanted 5.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah. Best possible answer.
Are you the only one here with kids?
No, Clint has
kid.
I have a kid. I have
a kid.
Not me.
That's not that bad. 3-year-olds are pretty cool too.
Yeah. My kids are.
1 second, guys.
Really, it's funny because I have 5, but really only one of them is the young one is the problem, the 4-year-old. That's the only one. That's really, and the reason why I would help out more, but she won't leave Christina alone. She has nothing to, like, there is no, like, I'll hang out with you. Nope, mommy.
Wow.
I'm like, all right, well, I tried, Christina, bye.
You give off bad vibes.
Yeah, right. Until she gets mad at Christina, then she's like, out of here, I'm going to dad.
Yeah, that could shift pretty easily over time, I bet.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. It's great now. I don't mind. Works out well. So guys, everything's going great. The warehouse, you guys are shipping out product. You got more exclusives coming. You just launched that one this weekend, and you said you have more coming.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to hear everything's going good for you guys. That's awesome. I mean, it's a shame on the retail stuff and everything, but you're in a good position to decide what the hell you want to do once this all goes back to normal.
For sure shows.
For sure shows, yeah.
I'm going to be living on the road next year.
Hopefully.
Every show that's open, I'm going.
And then the year after that,
guy in the black and red hat.
I'll be going if I'm allowed. If we can go back to normal, I'll go to as many as I can too. Because I'm, that's sort of how I justified my auction. I was like, well, it was San Diego. I would have dropped a lot more than this weekend. I would have bought so many things. I would have had a hotel bill. I would have had airfare. I would have had tickets. I would have Fundays. I'd have bar tabs. So I'm still coming out ahead.
I probably spent less total over the last 5 days, and that includes like Target runs and stuff to pick up some random stuff that wasn't even exclusives, than I would have spent in a few hours at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. I like your optimism, Ben. And Ben says I would also have had a Funko booth run. I like the optimism, but I don't know. Maybe.
I worked there, and we didn't get it all for free. I'd still drop some serious coin in our booth every year.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
You're ashamed of yourself buying pops at Target.
Are you kidding? Hey, man, if you need it, you get it.
Hit up Chalice Collectible. I'll give you a free shipping code.
Oh, all right. Now we're talking.
I got you.
Now we're talking.
I got you stuff.
My problem is room. Can you sell me an additional room on my house that you can ship here? Because at this point, I don't know where to put it. We'll start putting them in the bathroom.
Available by chance.
Mail us the collection and we'll store it for you. We'll send you pictures every now and again to let you know.
Everything's fine.
That's brilliant. That reminds me, I don't know why, but Topps did digital baseball cards. I used to be a big card collector. And when they started doing digital baseball cards, you didn't actually get the card. You bought it. But at any time, you could request to have the actual card sent to you.
Oh, wow.
I always thought that was real interesting. It had a serial number, and that way you could sell it physically if you wanted to. But maybe that's the future. I'll buy my Pops digitally and then just have it sent to me if I want it in my collection.
There you go.
That's not selling digital Pops.
There we go. That won't be any problem with bots at all.
Like that.
Or how about this? You know how you can now buy a fraction of a stock?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Robin Hood.
How about if I sell you 10% of an Ochako?
And then 1 month a year I get to have it in my collection, and then I ship it to the next guy?
No, I just bring it to you so you can see it in San Diego.
So this is yours. Yeah. I hope you like it.
It's still here.
You walk up with a stopwatch. All right, you get 5 minutes with it, go. And I'm like taking photos and video.
This is my time with my my metallic genie Freddy.
Do a live stream with it. Just holding it.
There's probably people out there that would just like that for the 5 minutes to take that Instagram photo and then would be okay passing it on, claiming they have it still.
Oh, it's sort of like those people.
Like you have it.
It'd be like people that buy those 1 by 1 inch squares of beachfront property in Florida, You seen that? You know, they sell
No, that's a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. Somebody will buy like a lot of land and break it up into micro things and like sell it so that you can say, I own a piece of beachfront property.
Well, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
What about, well, is it dumber than like I'm naming a star?
No, I have
it's
a
a
star,
market.
so that's not dumb.
It's like,
Hey, I have a star too.
it's
Got
the
it as a
same.
gift.
It's the same
never
star,
would've
The
guys.
same star. Yeah.
Same star.
And it's burned out by now.
I always
See?
wondered why my star was named Quincy. Now it makes sense.
It's crazy that your star is named Quincy because my star is named Z25.
Named after the coordinate.
Well, I'll sell you a star real cheap, man.
Now, can you imagine that was a thing? Flipping stars? Hey, I bought the star. You want it?
It's probably happening right now.
There's a guy selling plots of land on the moon.
See? Told you.
Because really, yeah.
There's somebody
Is his name
selling.
Elon Musk? I
Is
mean,
it a Scientologist?
There's people on eBay trying to sell Kurt Cobain autographed pops.
I say
That's
it's on Mercari.
yeah, it's still there.
Someone said I signed it. I'm like, no, I did not sign it. And if you buy that, I mean, there's a special place in hell for everyone involved in that deal.
If
Well,
you
you're
buy it,
dumb enough to
if you buy it, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. If you bought that thinking it was real, you deserve whatever you get.
I want to see what else is in your collection then. You know,
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln signed this one, you know.
Check out my Jimi Hendrix.
Right.
Can Rugger says Sully totally signed it.
I did not.
Hey, Sully, if multiple people believe you signed it, there got to be some truth there.
Nope.
Yeah, where's
That's
that
not how
coming-
that works at all.
In Sully's defense, he has a very distinct signature.
I was going to say,
So,
and and with the exception of 2 times, they all say Sully. 2 times I forgot what I signed and put Chris. And they're like, who's Chris? I'm like, oh, whoops. The very first autograph I did, it said Chris on the pop. And she looked at me. She's like, wait, what's this? I was like, oh, I got to do better next time. That's a 101. And then I accidentally did it again. So that decreased the value of hers.
Now,
Those are your
so
chase
what-
signatures.
So there's another example. Sketchbook says Sketchbook Kid. That's Chris. He says it's like those services of people that rent time in private jet just to take photos.
They do
totally.
that?
Apparently.
Oh, totally.
That's got to be a bunch of Instagram
Wait, when you say
people.
rent time, the jet isn't going anywhere?
No.
It's just you want to take pictures for Instagram. You like, I'm in my private jet right now. Look at me chilling.
But we're not going
Right.
anywhere.
Nah.
So I get dressed up, drive to the airport, get on the plane, and then go home.
I'd watch that
Like,
episode of Quincy
You get a lot
Rents
of
a
pictures out of
Jet.
that, though.
Yeah.
That would be a cool. Quincy does this. Quincy does that. Yes,
Yeah.
we should definitely get that going.
Quincy goes to his plot of
Yo,
land that's
I'm
1 inch by 1 inch on the Florida.
I got a private jet. I own beachfront property. I got a moon. I got a star.
Funny, I could do that in Funko. That's funny, guys. You have a pretty nice collection.
Yo, Shane, rent out your collection. Invite people to come take pictures.
Dude, you'd probably make a few bucks doing that. I'm not
Yeah.
even kidding.
You have some pull down backdrops that go behind the pops with like different, brick
Or-
wall or bushes or whatever.
Either that, or you do the whole renting space to other people to display their collections, and then you get other people to pay you to come in and take pictures with that other person's collection.
Yeah, but can you imagine Sully being like, well, hold on a second. What the
That's
fuck?
why
Wait a
I
minute.
want
That's my Sully.
That's right.
It's my
Put
collection.
names on that.
That's why I want Sully to send us his collection.
Dude,
We'll store it, but we'll add it
that's-
in with the rest. And
that's outside the
think
box
about it,
thinking.
The more people that send us collections, we just keep adding it, so more people will want to take pictures. You wouldn't get a
Dude.
piece of that because you're still paying us for storage.
Next level.
My
Next
babies
level.
aren't leaving my site, man.
But dude, you could find somebody. I bet that
Yeah.
would be. You should, it's recorded here for our idea. It's patented. Don't try to take it.
Well, it's like, I don't know if in high school your parents would get the Olin Mills photos for like your
Mhm.
graduation or whatever. Now you can get like, y'all could be the Olin Mills of collectible photography.
Seriously.
Yep. A lot of this.
Sully, how do you protect your pops? What's your choice of protection?
Shotgun. It took a second. No, I I'm back in Texas. I just moved this with me. I'm actually in a box truck right now, in the middle of the desert.
Trying to get Fundays tickets. Trying to get Fundays tickets.
No, I'm all over the board, man. I got most of my stuff is just in box, and then I do have pop protectors. I got a few hundred of those, and then stackers. I've got 50 stackers probably, just ranging depending on value and sentimental value.
Are you trying to sell something to us?
Well, I'll tell you guys, and everybody in the chat as well. All my pops are in Chalice collectibles protectors.
Nicely done.
And I actually replace all of my stackers with the thick Chalice protectors because stackers would break when they fall or something like that. They shatter.
You know what?
Or the bottom opens up.
Damien, I got something for you.
You do? Still?
Yeah. I'm not gonna get into detail. Let's just say Chalice was working on something, and I'll send you a couple before it gets out there.
All right. Awesome.
So just shoot me your address again. I'll send you a couple.
I didn't know anything about this before I plugged the protectors. Everybody, just so you know, it was an unpaid endorsement.
I clearly failed.
That's
the
okay.
answer was I have my stuff in Chalice.
You're gonna have that spot behind your head. It's gonna be Chalice. I can see it soon. You're gonna be like a NASCAR. Get a patch right here. Have like on-screen badging. Just buy some overlay space on Sully's stream.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Quincy? Couldn't hear you.
No, I asked because I would send you some as well if you had inadequate protection.
Well, I got more shells for the shotgun, but I could use some protectors, you know? Come at me, bro. Yeah, I'm not messing around. That's why people don't have my address.
That's funny.
Makes sense.
Where are we at? We only got a couple minutes left. That flew.
I did go by fast. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody got anything out of it. I did. That was great. I had a great time.
A fun hang.
It was a fun hang. Yep, that was a good time. Yeah, we've just been doing this.
Let's do it again in April when we're supposed to be at a convention.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Every convention we can't make it to, we'll at least get on a Zoom call or something and hang out. I think that's a good idea.
So October.
Yep, there you go.
October. Yep, that's New York.
October.
All right,
unless
we'll do it
Star
then.
Wars does a virtual celebration.
That'd be cool.
And thanks everyone for joining and listening to this. That was
right. Our convention do some giveaways live on the camp.
Odin Pop says Chalice has superior protectors. I agree. That's what I use. And then Ben Bellman's got to check them out. He says, I know I've given you pops in them, Ben. So you know.
Yep, I have a couple from you in them. Yep.
Every time I send pops to people, they're in Chalice protectors.
They are actually. I can vouch.
So anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys, in the chat. That was fun. I hope you guys thought it was just hilarious. This is the kind of conversation we'd have sitting in San Diego.
Yep.
When we're a little bit more tired, but
yeah.
Hey, thanks, Quincy. Thanks, Shane. Thank you, Sully, for joining. I know it's hard to get everybody's schedule in order, but this was cool.
We did it.
We did it.
Nerds Unite.
Nerds Unite.
I'll see you.
Talk to you guys later.
Later.
Hey, thanks. Yep, later.